So we're sitting here actually in the Ponoi Museum at Rehabaga camp, which is a really cool room in the camp where people can see the history of the river, the various people who have played an important role here, etc. Tom, you've been here a few times.
Yeah, it's my fourth week.
Enjoyed it?
Yeah, I love it. Very special place.
Good. And we're going to talk about, Tom is going to ask me a few questions about the scientific project. Tom?
Yeah, so we've been fishing here now for a few days, caught plenty of fish. One thing we've noticed is that all the guides have been tagging the fish that we've been caught, kelts and like this season's fresh fish. And I studied marine biology at university, so it's something interesting and sort of something Tarquin can tell us a bit more about why they're doing it and what it's for.
So the history of the tagging project is when we got involved with the river in 1990-91, there was what's called a ruse or a counting fence across the whole river, down in the mouth of the river.
Yeah.
And what it did is it funneled the fish into the middle of the river and through with a great big fence, and one day it was open and the next day it was closed, and when it was closed it took every fish for that day, for the 24 hours, and it was partly commercial but partly for scientific reasons to count, to do what it was called, which was a counting fence, which is a pretty extravagant way of counting wild Atlantic salmon. And there was a big summit in 1994 in Helsinki with all the authorities in Russia and the leaseholders of Ponoi, and at the end of it, it was agreed that the counting fence would be removed, and the concern was, how do we count the fish? And with the help of the Atlantic Salmon Federation, we came up with the tagging scheme, which has been running since 1995, and we tag 1,000 fish in the spring, and we use or more, and we use an equation from the recaptures, and you caught 2 fish last week.
Yeah, kelt and one that had been tagged in the autumn.
Yeah. So there's an equation which takes the number of recaptures and the number of fish that have been tagged, and that way you can estimate the population of the fish, or the population of the runs. So that's the history of it, and we use Floyd tags, and our main objective is to tag 1,000 fish as quickly as possible.
And they obviously don't damage the fish, because otherwise we get
No. The reason why we do it at the beginning of the season is it's cold water, which is much healthier for the fish. Net the fish, tag it in the net when it's under the water, next to the dorsal fin, and then release the fish.